The signs say we pay taxes, we have a choice. We were given no choice. We need to be heard. Who hears our frustration? Nobody told us. Residents come first. Where is our future? Hypocrites. Protect our children, save our home. What's up, boss? How are you?
Are you live?
Yeah. They are strong here. The Hispanic people, the Latinos are here. The Asian Americans are here. There's some African Americans here. Not very many. There's a couple white people, but there's less white people than there is anything. And it's mainly mainly the immigrants that have status here, that have come here with paperwork, that have kids here. They're tired of it. They're tired of not being listened to. They're tired of their voices not being heard. And they don't want the illegal immigrants in their neighborhoods. They're tired of their children going without. They're tired of them not having any jobs. They're tired of the secret job fairs going on that the community doesn't get to hear about, but the illegal immigrants do get to hear about. So they're protesting all of it because their rights are being taken away from them to give them to somebody else that's replacing them. That's what these people are out here protesting. They work 10, 20, 30, years to get citizenship here, thousands and thousands of dollars, and they have no choice in the matter, so they're fighting back. What else can we do to let you know we say no? They're saying it in different languages. What else can we do to let you know that we say no? Protect the elderly. Scrap the sanctuary city status. Johnson, did you hear us? And Chinese just flat out no. Save our home. $94,400, no compromise. They got their kids out here with them, their little ones, to let them know what they're fighting for. Yeah, right at my business storefront. These people are tired of it, man. They've had enough. And they're going to keep growing and growing and growing. And they're going to get louder and louder and louder, and they're going to end up getting violent. There have been more agitations in the streets from the illegal immigrants. If you just go not even 10 minutes away from here in front of the police station in some of the areas where the illegal immigrants are sleeping on the streets and in the police station, you can just see nothing but paraphernalia used, from them rolling up joints and stuff, needles all over the street, garbage all over the street. It is absolutely terrible. This morning I was talking to one of the supply drivers for one of the distributors that we pick up from, and she said, Rich, it's so bad in some of these areas. I drop stuff off. There's just needles and trash and garbage and used condoms and just garbage and stuff all over the place. Food just dumped out all over the ground. Oh yeah, 100%, Two Fish. These people aren't going to go destroy businesses and buildings and stuff like that. 100% with you on that. They're going to protest peacefully and legally, and they're not going to destroy anything in the process. You know, I understand what you're saying when you say most probably voted for this, but that's where you're wrong. These people were not, even if they did vote the opposite of what you think they should have voted, they don't ask for this. These people didn't say this is what we want. Even the mayor tried to undermine the alderman for our community and tried to put in a camp down here on California and 38th with her being out of town and not even knowing about what was going on. So there's a lot of these people that did vote, like you said, and that does in a small sense, have something to do with it. But these people didn't ask for that. See, look, even the business owners over here. Even the business owners, all the Hispanic business owners up and down the street cheering the crowd going by with them in their corner saying, you know, they believe the same thing. They worked very hard to get here. They worked very hard to build up their businesses and pay taxes. They've been here for 20, 30 years paying taxes, working hard for this, for their money to just be turned around and given to somebody else without them even having a choice. The temperature of the business owners, they're pissed, man. They're pissed. They're tired of it. They're tired of their businesses being defaced all the time and stuff now more than ever. The business owners, they can't find people that even want to work in these areas anymore because it's so bad. She's saying no cap, we say no. No cap, we say no. These are people against the illegal immigrants coming here that they're saying that they're fighting for their neighborhoods. They're fighting for their jobs, their tax dollars. These are Americans that are fighting for what they believe in. Hey, you notice every one of them have American flags. Every single one of them were told, if you don't have some kind of American flag or something like that, you probably don't fit in with us. There's a couple white people, mainly Latino and Asian. This is a pretty heavily dominated Latino and Asian area, but there are a couple white people out here with them protesting. This was just a few. These protests, they started just a couple weeks ago, and it started with about 20 people, and then it grew to about 50 people by the end of that week. Then the following week it's up to about 100 people, and I bet you now there's probably 300 people-ish here. Yeah, there's probably about 300 people in this protest, and it's just growing. It just keeps growing more and more and more. And as they're traveling, more people are jumping in the protest around the neighborhoods. Guys, don't start the racist crap and the arguing in the comment section. If you're gonna do that, the moderators are gonna move you off the channel. So don't start doing all that stuff. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to be picking and prodding and calling each other names and talking all this racist stuff or whatever. Just knock it off. Seriously. This is Illinois, right in the ghetto of Chicago, or one of them, I should say, Brighton Park, Illinois, right off the corner of Archer in California. No, it's not that they don't have jobs, Lewis. These are older people, business owners, families, grandmothers, uncles, aunts that took the time off to do this because they believe in their country. That's who. Yeah, the Brighton Park migrant camp is right down California here, just a few blocks down on the corner of 38th. But supposedly the story is, if you read the headlines, you'll find some articles that say that the alderman here was not okay with that camp even being put in, something to the extent of the mayor made that decision without her even being involved, and that land is supposedly, I guess, not even humanly livable because of what was there before and the type of business and industrial stuff that was on that. They still have to do a study on it. They have to figure out if they can clean it all up enough. They have to do all kinds of stuff before they can even do any kind of encampment on it. And I guess the alderman got involved when she got back from being out of town and said, no, I was not okay with this. And whenever the protests and stuff started right outside the encampment, one of the customers came to the shop and said, I think the alderman's assistant went there to see what was going on, and she kind of got verbally attacked by the people because they don't want this happening, and they realized how big it was once the aggression started. City of Chicago Incorporated, 4th of March. See, this guy over here just got off work. He drove up saying, I'm with it, I'm with it. More people joining in the back. Yeah, where is the money coming from? Where did the city say that they were going to come up with $4 million for this, and then the state give another $38 million, and there's been even more money since then. And the ABC probe that they did, where they did an investigation and they asked Chicago exactly how much money was being dumped into this, the Chicago only released 1 month's worth of finances, and it was disgusting, the numbers that were being found. It was like $16,000 a month for a hotel assistant person, and it was like projected like $30-some thousand a month for like a security guard at the establishments, another $60-some thousand for nurses that were being staffed that were probably only getting $20-25 an hour for doing their job, and where was the rest of the money going? You know, it seems like a great opportunity to start funneling funds through these organizations right into the government's pockets. I'd like to show you guys this wild pigeon of Chicago that just walks up to your feet and takes food from your shoes. Everybody from Chicago supports these people. I'm just telling you guys that right now. 90% of the people in Chicago are with these people. They just don't come out here and stand with them, which is sad. Alright, I'm gonna head back. It's getting even colder out here. These people gotta be freezing. So for those of you that are saying stuff about, you know, don't these people have jobs? Don't these people have this? Don't these people have that? They do. But they take time off from their jobs. A lot of them are business owners. A lot of them are grandmothers and mothers. They're stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home fathers, whatever it may be. And you noticed a lot of old people out here. A lot of real old people out here that are out here fighting with these guys. A lot of them out here that are on the streets with their trying to fight for their voices and stuff like that. It's not a lot of super young people out here. So a lot of the older generation is a huge part of this. They've had enough of it. You know, the younger generation obviously is involved too, but the older generation is really, really, really out here trying to encourage them fighting for their country, fighting for what they believe in, fighting for their rights and their freedoms, their tax dollars. It's moms that are in their 40s, their late 30s. It's fathers and stuff that are in their 40s and maybe their late 30s. It's not really young people, like super, super young people. There's a handful of them out there sprinkled in, but a lot of these people have the opportunity to know privately when these protests are going to take place, and they let the city know about it, and they grow silently. And they grow silently more and more and more, and then they take to the streets. And the police escort them through it in a controlled manner. They don't just show up on a corner and just take over and protest. This was already known by the police that this was going to happen. They made an appointment to do it. They told them what was going to go on. They all got together and they protested. They did everything, scheduled everything, talked about it, grew in silence, and then showed up. So it's not the same as going and vandalizing monuments and destroying businesses and stuff like that. It's people out here making themselves heard, holding signs, banding together, and trying to fight for something that they honestly, wholeheartedly believe in, that they know is going to benefit all of us. You don't think the police are protesting silently inside? I can tell you exactly what they're saying. They're with these people, but they can't show it because they're a public figure, and they can't show division while they're in uniform. I bet you some of those people out there are police officers. Police should be getting paid extra for being babysitters. They do. They get paid extra, buddy. They're not. they get paid extra. All right. You know what? I'm gonna get back to work. That was my lunch break just now. Just took the majority of it doing that. I still got about 15 more minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and. Why is this okay on a national scale? The protest? What is this guy? We would be called radical if we did this in every street. This is where our country is headed if we don't. Yo, I mean, you're right. But if I was out there with them doing that, I would be called a racist, a prejudiced, a this, a that, a misogynist, a narcissist. They'd call me every name in the book if I was standing out front with those people. But because they don't look like me, it's acceptable. So this is when I start looking like the minority instead of the majority. And a lot of white people are scared to join these protests because they already know what mainstream media is going to do. They already know mainstream media and other people are going to paint them as these racist people that are out there protesting. Xenophobe, whatever it is. So I can't go out there. I mean, I could, but I can't go out there and expect to walk away from it not being labeled as a xenophobe or something like that if I'm out there with these people. It's okay for them to do it. But when you start seeing people like me, then we start having problems. But I seen the protest that was over on 38th in California. There was probably a dozen African American people over there. Probably maybe 30, 40 Asians, 30, 40 Latinos, and they were all out there together. But no white people over there, because when I pulled the car around the backside of where they were protesting and I walked up to one of them and I'm kind of talking, having conversation, I'm like, what do you think I would be labeled as if I was out here with you guys standing out front? A racist, a xenophobe, all those other names? And I said, I appreciate what you guys are doing here, because people like me, if we do this, we get automatically labeled. So it's hard. It's hard for people to make that decision. Anyhow, why is no one stopping who? Are you talking about the illegal immigrants? You can't stop something where the politicians are allowing them to come in. I mean, how are you going to stop something when the politicians and the people that are controlling our states are telling these people to just let them in? to give them programs to where they can just be documented as, okay, they came here illegally. Now let's start giving them court dates to work on papers, to find a paper trail. I mean, you can't stop something that they're allowing, that they're making illegal turn into legal. Kevin, they're already giving them ways to pay their taxes, and they're not even citizens. They're on work programs to where they can do that stuff. Hello there, sonny boy. They are claiming asylum, not, what'd you say? Not illegal? No, they're not. They're not all claiming asylum. Barely any of them are claiming asylum. That's what they're told to do when they come here, is to say, oh, I was in fear for my life, my country, I wasn't able to provide, I didn't have jobs, and my family was going to get torn apart, and I felt like people were coming after me, and I was going to die and lose my... And I'm talking to people like from Venezuela, and they're like, yeah, it's bad, but it ain't that damn bad. Not like that. So it's not like that, to the point where every single person that comes here is automatically feeling threatened and they're going to lose their lives. Yeah, and it's 70, probably at least 60-70% of the ones that are coming in here now are military-aged men, which is the sad part. You used to see women, children, all kinds of them. Now, mainly just men coming in. Every single video, every border video, you rarely see any children or women at all. Anyhow, that's all I got for you guys. I'm jumping off of here. Thanks for watching the afternoon stream. I'm going back to work. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm out. Be blessed.